It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Love Lane. My first beer from Love Lane, and this is their Pale Ale. Coming in at 4.5% ABV in a 440ml can. I picked this can up for £1.79 in my local Lidl as part of their craft beer festival, middle of May 2021. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Now then, a lot of people have been telling me that this Love Lane Pale Ale is such an underrated beer. It's such a good beer from the brewery, and it's the beer that they order when they go to. They got a tap room, Love Lane, up there in Liverpool. We got a one finger whitehead, amber coloured pale ale, slow moving carbonation. Yes, I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, for the price, £1.79, can't really go wrong, can you? And I've always wanted to try their beer. Ever since I went to the Ciber X, I judged at a beer festival, the Ciber X beer festival, literally a week before the whole world shut down, last March 2020. And I met a friend up there, and I promised him that I would go to his after party. He worked for the brewery, Love Lane. Promised him I'd go to his after party, and in the end I had that much to drink. I just bought an Indian and went back to my hotel room, and I regret it ever since, because that would have been a really good party, and that would have been like that was the last time I went to a beer festival. I haven't been to a beer festival or anything of that magnitude for well over a year now. It's now May 2021, 14 months. And I wish I made that effort. So without further ado, let's get the aroma on this beer. Definitely more malty. Definitely more malty than... It's not filling the air with hops. It's not kind of bursting out the glass like some beers do. But then again, it was £1.79. There's a little bit of floral notes coming through. Slightly biscuity, slightly bready. You can almost smell the bitterness from the hops coming through. Without further ado, let's get into this beer then. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. I built that beer up a bit too much, I think. Oh, that's a shame. It tastes like... It tastes like... Do you know when you go into a supermarket and you haven't got much money? And you go, I really want something to eat, but I want some beer at the same time, and I need to make my money stretch to beer and food. So you buy yourself maybe a small lump of cheese and a baguette, and then you got your lunch sorted, maybe a cheap bit of ham or something, and then you buy yourself a cheap 4-pack of the 4 cans of the, say, the supermarket bitter. Not the extra value stuff, not that kind of stuff, but their regular kind of Asda bitter or Tesco bitter, Sainsbury's bitter, that sort of thing. I think Sainsbury's got a name for their bitter. It's in a green can. Something like Darwin's bitter or something like that. Butkin's bitter, or it's got that kind of feel about it. But the thing is, you can pick up a 4-pack of Tesco Bunting's bitter or whatever it's called for £3 maybe, £2.50, £3 for 4 cans. Maybe £4 this day and age, because I've not bought a 4-pack of supermarket regular bitter in years. But that's still £1 a can, even if it was £4. With this being £1.79, it's a bit of a stretch to call it craft beer. Maybe they had a problem with the batch. I don't know. I've heard some really good things. I've heard some really good things about this beer. I wondered if they brewed this batch especially for Lidl. They knew it was going to Lidl, so they maybe kind of dropped some of that hops out of it for temporarily just to get it into Lidl's, because hops cost money. They're quite expensive. It's very, very, very average. Very average. This is exactly what I mentioned earlier. I remember a time where I didn't have much money and I wanted to watch a football game on the television. And I think I bought like 6 cans of something and sat in front of the football all afternoon. There was like 2 or 3 games on. It might have even been the Six Nations, where the final day of the Six Nations, where they have like 3 or 4 games in it all day long. I seem to remember buying like a 6 to 8 pack of this regular bitter stuff, and not even thinking about the beer, just sitting there, just enjoying the football match. But I think a lot of people would be disappointed if they paid even £1.79 for this. It's just not doing anything for me. It's slightly malty, slightly grainy. I mean, there's no off flavours. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing kind of terrible about it. It's just very, very, very bland. Very bland beer. A little bit of bitterness on the back end. In all honesty, I would probably prefer to drink a can of Old Speckled Hen. If you were to offer me a can of this over a can of Old Speckled Hen, I'd probably choose a can of Old Speckled Hen. That's how bland this beer is coming across. And it's a real shame, because I heard some really good things about this beer. I'm pretty sure it's a batch thing. I'm pretty sure if I went to the brewery, I would drink some brilliant things from this brewer. It's not the end of the world. It's slightly disappointing on my end, because it's the first beer I've had from Love Lane, and it's very bland. Love Lane Brewery's home is in the heart of Liverpool's vibrant Baltic Triangle, a place full of doors, creators and makers. Love Lane started out, right, what are we going to talk about this beer? Love Lane started out to make a modern pale ale, perfectly balanced, punchy and packed full of New World hops. I'm sorry, no. Love Lane Pale Ale, flagship beer, is perfect for everyday drinking. 4.5% ABV. It's a real shame, this one. But I'm pretty sure if I had a different can from a different place, not from Lidl, I'm pretty sure if I probably had it from their tap in their tap room, it would taste amazing. But on this occasion, it's a really bland 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!